Hello and welcome to The Sound Live. Today I have some great reactions for you. I have Alip in a couple of different collaborations, and also Toehider and others. While you wait just a few minutes, enjoy some Mellify. This is my band, mellify.bandcamp.com, and on YouTube. Hashtag Mellify. live stream will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello and welcome to the Sound Live. My name is Matthew. I am your host, and I have an incredible panel of the usuals. In fact, we are now having our own custom thumbnail. That's right. I've been working on the eraser tool, trying to cut people out and stuffs. And so, welcome to the show, Kyle Walz, Evelyn Holland, and Jennifer Valaquette. How's everybody doing today?
Doing all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Might help if I unmute myself, though.
Sure.
Good as well.
Right on. Well, so let's start off with Kyle. Kyle's a singer-songwriter, and he's got a new project he's working on. Why don't you give everybody a little sneak preview?
Oh, yeah. So I was actually working on the video a little bit yesterday for the first song that will premiere in December. So the project for the new music is called, or the name for the new project is called Mask. And it's a strange mix of hard alternative rock and hip hop. Who knew I would ever do that? And very exciting, have some cool stuff planned, but the hard release will be in April of 2022 and have lots of good stuff leading up to that and some cool stuff after.
Right on. And next up, speaking of, Eve, Evelyn Holland, you got some loose cable there or something. I heard, I'm too familiar with that 60 cycle sound.
Oh, no.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
As soon as you touched your microphone, though, it started buzzing.
Don't stand in a puddle. Just don't do it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Eve needs grounding.
I mean, this is a Phantom Power mic. This is so
it's a ghost then. It's a ghost that's messing you up.
Yeah.
The Phantom of the Opera.
Apparently.
The Phantom of the Power is here, making you buzz.
Yeah.
What are you working on recently, Eve?
I'm still working on the third Keys of Solomon album, but I've been getting together with somebody, and it might go somewhere. And then it's some sort of black metal thing. It's actually more atmospheric, and I'm trying to be a little more minimalistic with this new project that I'm starting with this person. It's in the beginning stages, but yeah, I mean minimalistic. I do prog, so I'm trying to
minimalist and prog are kind of opposites, really. Okay, and moving on, we've got Jennifer Valaquette from Jennifer's Music Page. How you doing, Jennifer?
Hi, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing really good. What are you working on these days?
I did another classical flute piece yesterday, so that was really fun. Been doing lots of classical stuff. Got some classical saxophone stuff coming up and some piano maybe. So I'm excited.
Right.
They're working hard, putting some stuff up there. So.
Totally, I get it, man. We've been working hard too, and this has been a great putting together. The show has been great. I couldn't think of what I wanted to do for my pick. I was really having trouble deciding today. It was not because I didn't have anything. I had too many things, and so I think we should start with the crowd pick today, because this one didn't get a whole bunch of requests all at once, but rather this one's been a steady trickle of crowd requests that's been happening for probably a year now. And a lot of the people that enjoyed my collabs with Alip were telling me to check out this particular collab, and then it just so happens that Jennifer, you picked an Alip collab today too, so this is going to be some Alip collabing.
So yours, I just want to make sure yours is Toehider.
Ian Kasela, Alip and Denden Gonjalez.
I don't think you sent me that one.
Yes, I did.
Okay, hold on. I'm finding it. Sorry.
I got Matthew's pick as Toehider.
I can't. Yeah, that's what
No,
I
wait, we're talking
got.
about
It's the crowd pick. We're doing the crowd
Crowd
pick.
pick.
We're doing the
I
crowd
got
pick.
the-
Forever
I got-
and one.
I
That's
got
what
the-
it says.
Oh, got it. I had because
Come
we
on.
were.
Don't accuse me of not sending stuff. I sent
Sorry,
everybody
sorry,
everything. I
sorry.
double checked it, checking my list,
I-
checking it twice. I
Twice.
said everything. I'm being
Well, we were
nice.
talking about the whole ghost thing. you
I know.
so-
And then it was because we were talking like after you sent it. So like.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, it might be. You might have to scroll up a little bit. I'm not talking about that. I started sending this last night, so.
I know. I found it.
What-
No worries.
yeah.
So, yeah,
what
like I said,
what
this
I've
is
been
supposed to
doing
be-
is
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say what I've been doing is just staging the YouTube videos, so I don't have to think about it. So when we go into the show, I can just pull them up.
Oh,
Saves
that's
time.
I'll try that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, anybody want to say anything about this collab before we mash play? I'm honestly, that song "Forever and One." I was deciding over and back and forth. Is this going to be the kind of thing where I need to listen to it first or not? I didn't recognize it based on the title, so that's really the only thing I wanted to talk about before I hit play. You
I'm
guys recognize
excited.
it?
I'm excited. No, I've never seen this one.
I know, but do you recognize the title?
I'm not familiar, but
Oh no.
it said something about the band Halloween.
Well, because when I look in the description, it just has links, and that's basically it. That's what I was why I was asking.
Maybe that was just me. I just skimmed through it.
All right, we're all good. Well, this is, like I said, a crowd pick. So this has been highly requested, and dude, like guys, like for a period of time there, I had so many comments on so many videos that I just couldn't possibly respond to them all. So like, I'm actually kind of like starting to like catch up a little bit and going back, and that's helping with the crowd picks a lot because I saw this one at least 10 times as I was going back through stuff, and it already had a whole bunch. So this is
That's
a
awesome.
popular one.
Cool. I'm excited.
All right. So this is a Halloween cover. Then I think I saw Alip do this. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, and that was in one of the static streams, and so that's what it got lost to the static. Right. Alip Forever and One with Ian Kasela and Denden Gonjalez. Gonjalez. So is it silent, Jay? It's probably silent. All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right, so without further ado, Musician Panel reacts to Forever and One, Ian Kasela, Alip and Denden Gonjalez. Here we go!
What can I do? Will I be getting through? Now that I must try to leave it all behind. If you see what you have done to me, so hard to justify, slowly is passing by. Forever and one, I will miss you. However, I kiss you yet again, way down in Neverland. So hard I was trying, tomorrow I'll still be crying. How can you lie? Your lies. Here I am, seeing you once again. My mind so far away, my heart so close to stay. Too fraught to fight, I'm walking back into night. Will I ever find someone to believe? Forever and one, I will miss you. However, I kiss you yet again. So I was trying. Tomorrow I still be crying. I'll get you high. Your life. Woo! Yeah.
Montage.
Thank you, Bang. Sama-sama din.
Wow.
Montage. That was cool.
One thing I can say about the concert is maybe the
What? Go ahead, Eve.
that he was not the audio quality wasn't there for me. Audio quality, like with the guy that the one with the kind of grainy video, I thought like the first singer had higher value. I was like, he was great, and then but the other singer, it was like I said, it was probably the audio quality. It wasn't probably his, individual talent.
You know what the funny thing is that as you're talking about the audio quality, like your audio quality's like not that great. I'm just saying, it's just ironic.
I am such a hypocrite.
I didn't say that. I
such
just
a
said it was
hypocrite on
ironic. Led Zeppelin. All right. I really, really, really like that. Alip is just, he creates this incredible melodic bed where of the fingerstyle players, I think he gives some of the most emphasis to the melody, and that makes it really easy to play a collab or sing a collab with him if you want to do the melody along with him, because it's really pronounced the whole way through, so it's easy to pick out and follow. That said, I loved how both of those singers had such different tones. And I like how they combined at the end in the harmony. Their voices sounded really, really good together. They may not have had equivalent audio quality. I'm not trying to dispute that point. That is a valid point. The video quality wasn't necessarily equal either. The one dude had a Les Paul in the background, though. That's pretty cool. At least it looked like a Les Paul of some kind. And, it could have been a knockoff or whatever. But it's still, for decoration purposes, it's a Les Paul, because I noticed it. I don't know. I was trying to put my finger on it. Both of them had, like, a really famous, like, super heavy influence, and at least just what I heard. And I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have their own voices. Of course they did. But like just in my ear, because of my my limited
Alcatraz.
Right. The guy on the right, Denden, almost sounded like somebody from the Arion group.
Sounded like Dio to me.
Okay, maybe there you go. He wasn't in that Arion, but
Graham Bonnet.
Okay. Then the other one sounded like almost like to me like David Coverdale. Do you hear me, Eve? The first guy, Ian, I thought had a lot of David Coverdale kind of influence. What do you think?
Oh wait, that's the guy. That's the guy I was talking about. That sounded like Graham Bonnet to me. But yeah, David Coverdale too.
Well, then the guy with the higher voice
he had
that
different. Like I don't know, like Graham Bonnet. Yeah, no, for sure. But anyways, I was. He kind of reminded me of like Alcatraz or Down to Earth Air Rainbow. Like Since You've Been Gone and All Night Long and all that. Popular songs. But yeah, it made me think of that guy's voice. And he was also in Alcatraz with Yngwie Malmsteen. That's where other people would know him. Yeah.
Right on. What'd you think, Jen?
I loved it. I loved. Well, first, I loved both voices. I thought it was really cool, and I loved how they were just having like a cigarette break during the guitar solo. That was so cool too. That was just like, we're just gonna chill, let him play, But they're all so amazing, and I just thought their intonation was really good and everything. And I loved how they did that video. I'd love to know how to do the videos like that, because they kind of got like, like it's not like when I do the videos, it's like, just you can tell that it's just like a split screen, but they had some kind of cool effects to it. So that's really neat. But the sound quality was amazing too. So I wonder what programs they used for that to collab with him. But that's pretty awesome. All three of them sounded great to me. So loved it.
Yeah, it was definitely, a studio collab. A lot of the ones I've done were just live collabs, and so the ultimate end audio was just not as polished, even with the one guy's slightly lesser quality of audio. What do you think, Kyle?
The way that their singing started, in chest voice, I was curious where it was going to go. The singer with the white t-shirt and sunglasses, sometimes I didn't like the effects on his voice. It sounded like there was a harmonizer or something like that in a couple different places, and you could tell it was post, and it almost seemed like the vocal take we're hearing wasn't what was on video, which is cool, but the whole vibe of Alip, and I know people say collab when they're just really playing along with a video instead of actually collaborating with him and other players. I don't know, that to me took a little bit away, because it made me kind of step back and go, oh, they're just people playing along with a video. The guy, the like leather stud looking dude, that sounded like Dio. I thought that was cool. I was like, yeah, get it. And it was, and his voice, his singing really got me energized, where the other guy was like, I don't know, it kind of pulled me out of, whatever charm, I was looking for with this. To me, it's hard to play along, like to put Alip's audio into studio, because as much as it's compressed and stuff, that makes it difficult to do a whole lot with. It's kind of like taking audio that's already mastered and putting it back into a track and remastering it. It just sounds kind of weird.
Well, he does master it, and so it is pretty loud. But you can always like turn it down.
Well, I'm talking more about the compression, like Alip's audio, like to take it, with it pre-mastered, and that's something like when you're gonna take someone else's audio. I keep thinking to myself when I see people saying, "Well, I collaborate with Alip," meaning I just play along with his video. I don't actually work with him. I should start a Dig 'Em Up series, and I'm gonna play along with Prince and Bowie. I'm gonna have me a super.
I actually was thinking about that. I was like, you know what? Why not the hell just this Thursday? Just do a stream where I just play along with whatever the hell I want and see what happens.
Dig 'em up,
That'd be fun.
Anything. Okay, guys, this is what would happen if, this particular Dream Theater track had a saxophone on it.
Yeah,
okay,
that'd be fun.
let's do this. On these live streams, let's get like a picture of Bowie, Jim Morrison, and say, hey, Elvis is going to be with us in this live stream, and it's just a picture. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's really cool that Alip lets us do that though, to let us play along with him.
Is he are you guys talking to Alip?
Well, no, but he hasn't blocked us. He hasn't blocked us though. I mean, he's a pretty cool guy, I think, for not blocking and just
I guess, but
he seems to see the benefit, and we're
course,
advertising for him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Keeping him growing.
And his new originals, he's getting paid for. It helps that cause.
There you go.
I just think it's interesting. The wording, like, hey, we're collaborating with this person we don't even know and get permission from.
I mean,
but it's just me being picky.
Yeah, it's just really to me, it's really fun to honestly practice and play along with him, like even if no one sees it, I don't care. I mean, I just have fun and play along and practice. And he's a great backing track. Let me tell you, he plays so much like harmonies, melodies. He's like having your own backing track. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's no different than when I do the karaoke's, with my flute and stuff. So, I mean, even yesterday I did I don't want to call it a collab, I guess, but maybe it is, with a karaoke piano. Well, it's not really karaoke, I guess, because it was flute and piano, and I used a piano link, and I posted the link, and I said, hey, here's the link I used for the piano performance, so.
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean,
Let's
to
be
me
honest.
Anyway.
Would you rather hear Alip behind me, or would you rather hear MIDI Muzak behind me?
There you go.
Right?
Alip.
Those are your choices. That's what I
Alip.
Yeah.
got. When you put it like that.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, why not go for like Jimmy Page or like your
I
favorite?
know.
Go for
There you
Dream
go.
Theater.
I just had to just collab with anything. I actually
Yeah.
tried that once. I actually did. No, seriously, you can look this up on my channel. This is for everyone watching. This is probably the ballsiest thing I ever did as far as like exposing
Who's got the
myself
biggest of them all?
With Dream Theater. I had listen to me. I had.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
Dream Theaters was a double disc. And it came with a whole bunch of like backing tracks for the songs. I don't know why, but it did. It was like that was just part of the box set. And so one of the songs is called Wither. And like I was already working on an acoustic cover of it, and I dug back into my my archive and I found the track. And I was like, dude, I could like, make a video. What if I was the lead singer of Dream Theater? And then I studio recorded myself singing the song. And, it didn't come out as good as James LaBrie, obviously. But, I'm proud of it. So I put it up on my channel. You can see that. And, they didn't block me or anything. They're obviously copyright claim on the song. I'm not going to see a penny from it. But, I mean, that's fine. I wasn't doing it for that. I was doing it for the hey, just hey, what if ... just like that Marvel show, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what if? I'm thinking maybe I'll do a stream like that.
That'd be awesome, I think.
What if I was in the Doors?
That would be awesome, Matthew. You should. I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
I just have fun like.
Go ahead, Eve. Take your time. It's all right.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I just have fun like collab.
Huh?
Well,
There you go.
I guess
What
collab
happened?
is sort.
I don't know. You just look like you're having trouble. We're all good. We're all good, everyone. We're all
We're
good.
good. We're good. Anyway, I was just gonna say like because sometimes like I said before I use those karaoke backtracks and I just love Alip's guitar because it's just so like it's so much better than some of the backtracks. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's not in the same league as back.
It's not. It's really
man.
not. It's really. I know.
Let's just
It's
take
not.
let's take and remove that from the conversation.
Okay, that's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to say, but it's not. But that's how good he is what I'm trying to say. Like,
So whenever let's focus on Ian and Denden, okay? Because we talked about Alip a million times. All right.
I know.
Just for the remainder of this discussion, let's focus on Ian and Denden. I really liked Ian when he came in the second time belting. The second time I heard him, I just thought his voice was like razor sharp. It cut. You know what I mean? It wasn't like loud and overbearing. But it was kind of in your face a little bit, but in a good way. Like, almost like, like an early Bon Jovi recording or something. You know what I mean? It was like, boom! I really liked that. And I don't know. I was picking up some smoky, maybe that was the Dio / Coverdale kind of deep growly kind of a little undertone I was hearing. I really liked that. And then the other guy, he had Denden. He had more of a was it Rogers? What's that guy's name? From the Aaron video, like a higher.
I can't think of his name.
Steve Rogers, is that his name? No, that's like Wonder Woman or something. I don't know. I can't think of the guy's name. Anyway, he had like a little bit higher voice. It was a little bit more floaty. It was, a little bit less gravelly, a little bit less chesty underneath. His mix was, when he went belting, it was more of a higher, more pharyngeal and head voice mix with a little bit less chest voice in it. But then that enabled him to have that really nice tone on the upper harmony at the end. So I thought it was a really nice collaboration. I thought they were both excellent vocalists.
Yeah.
Maybe still up and coming, but there's a lot of talent there, and if they continue to work, and of course all of us are continuing to work, to try to get seasoned, to try to get polished, to try to get to where You know, we have even that next little level. You know, all of us, we're always trying. Even Alip is trying to hit that next level. You know what I mean? Because who knows? I don't think it's like D&D. You know, there's no maximum level, right? Is there a maximum level in D&D?
Depends which rule set you're looking at.
See, there you
I've
go.
never played. I've
Kinda.
never played.
Yeah.
I've never played that, so I don't know.
Yeah, nor have I. You'd think I would be into that type of stuff, but I'm not. No.
I think I tried it one time and I just didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, yeah, no.
Right on. Any other comments for Ian or Denden on this collab?
I'm not really well, I don't want to say I'm not a singer because I am taking voice lessons from you, but I was just gonna say I loved how in tune they sounded with him, and I really thought their vocals were great also.
Yeah, and I mean I don't agree with every effects choice either, but I think overall it suited the sound, especially at the beginning. I feel like they were a little bit under a leap, and then when they started belting, they came out at the right blend,
Right.
and that might have been sort of intentional, you know, so you could they could have a lift, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot easier to do that with a full band, right? Have everything kick in, right? You know, the bass goes boom, the drums, and then everybody starts together. You know, it's a lot easier with a band than just with a leap or whatever. So I feel like they did some pretty good dynamics on it, and it's just a pretty cool song to begin with. So I enjoyed it. Right. Very good. All right. So let's talk about dinner. So for dinner tonight, we're all having Eve kebabs. Eve's getting skewered in the comments on my channel for a Dimash video.
Why?
My channel's
Really?
way behind you guys, so you guys already put it. So I'm getting skewered too for having old stuff that you guys already put up, and it's already been on my channel from the live stream.
Is it the soul one or?
Which one?
No, we
Yeah.
haven't even got to that one yet.
Oh my god!
It's the Olympical one.
Olympical.
Right? They
What did
started.
you say? What did you say? I don't remember.
People were bringing up stuff from other
I
ones
said
too.
something
Oh.
that it didn't have soul, like
Oh.
what the you know, it's just like, well, my opinion is my opinion. If you don't like it, you can fuck off.
I think I got a few comments like that in my thing about the soul thing. I don't know. I gotta look.
So I like would, you know, defend you guys, and I'd be like, well, you know, as the host of the show, I feel like it would be boring if we always agreed all the time. It's nice to have a little bit of a discussion, and you know, sometimes we're doing stuff where Eve puts out this thing with a heavy blast beat or an awful lot of like growling, screaming kind of stuff, and you know, I'm sort of the party pooper on that one, and I don't really like it. So it's like, you know, everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, and if we all liked everything, wouldn't it be boring? And then they come back with, oh well, maybe you just shouldn't have people that aren't completely and totally in love with Dimash do Dimash. And I'm just like,
Oh, don't get me started on that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, fuck them. Fuck them.
Stay out of this one. I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
I'm
I
being
thought you'd
pretty
get a laugh out of
vulgar.
that.
Sorry, YouTube. I'm being pretty vulgar and yeah, just. Yeah. I'm sure some of you come on here for my entertainment.
Yep. So, you know, I just thought before we did our Zoom room, it would be cool to have that little micro chat here. Before we flip around the room and get set for our number 2, who wants to do number 2? And I don't mean in the potty, I mean who wants to be second choice?
I can go.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one go anywhere.
You go, Kyle.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, check your DM when we leave.
What? What's going on?
I'll tell you later. Check your DM. when
I
we
don't
leave.
have time to do this. I don't
Okay.
I don't have time to do that. Too busy doing all these other things that I cannot do.
I know.
All right, so let's do the Zoom room roulette, and when we come back, no one go anywhere because it's Kyle's pick. Yeah, Kyle's pick. It's gonna be Kyle's pick. Gonna be Kyle's pick. Gonna be Kyle's pick. Kyle's pick. Kyle's pick. Gonna be Kyle's pick next. Yes, yes. Gonna be Kyle's pick next. Yes, yes. Gonna be Kyle's pick. Gonna break it into a blues song. Said yes, it's gonna be Kyle's pick right now. Now. I hope Jennifer's okay. Oh, there she is. Okay. What's up?
Oh, nothing.
All right. Well, back from the Zoom room roulette flipperoos. And next up, we have Kyle's pick, and that's going to be Danny, right?
The band is IDLES, and the song is Danny
I had it
NEDELKO.
backwards.
Oh,
Oh, that's crazy. I was like, it would have been better. It would have been better if I knew that because that IDLES is less letters.
yeah.
All right,
That's
Kyle,
funny.
introduce this.
Okay, so a few years ago, I think actually it was right before all the COVID stuff. So it was like 2019 fall-ish. Ran across a Tiny Desk video of this British punk band.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so mesmerized because it just tapped into so much that I love about punk and simple and raw and music that is just absolutely heartfelt in every way. So I wanted to hear some more to find out if they were any good or if that was like a fluke performance, because sometimes Tiny Desk is like that. Mm-hmm. And I just fell in love with this band for a while and listened to a whole bunch of their stuff.
Fixed it.
And this is one song that really stands out. I think in short form, it's going to be interesting to see how you three react to it, because live, it's like the bass player starts to groove and then someone adds a syncopated element and then someone else adds a syncopated element and they ride that. And it is really cool to see how they develop a groove and, the kind of punk aspect. Mm-hmm. And the last thing I'll say, and then we can get to this, they're older. And so they didn't really have musical success till a few years ago. And they're much older. I know sometimes we bring up bands and, when they find success and, talk about that aspect of music, playing music and stuff like that. So that was cool to hear since, I'm like the senior member of our little quad band here. It's like, hey, maybe there is hope for me and the rest of you youngins on the stream with us. So
Kyle, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, man, someday I'm going to be like, and we'll see you next time on the sound.
and I'll just be bones. I'll just be
there you go.
I'll be a box of ashes. Like, yeah, Kyle's still with us. Doesn't say much though. He just leaves a little stain.
Aw.
Oh man, see, that's funny. I need to add that to my 99 voices. That'd be like 80-year-old me.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, everybody.
Technically, I gotta say it. I mean, I think it's kind of funny in the context of everything. I mean, like, being on HRT right now, my hormone levels are that of a 16-year-old. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much there.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
Alrighty then.
it's funny when I mistake, a band name and then a person's name title for the opposite, a person and then whatever. Okay. So without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to IDLES Danny NEDELKO official video. Here we go.
Go.
My blood brother is an immigrant, a beautiful immigrant. My blood brother
So, did we even see the band in the video at all, or was
No.
it just a video?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it was just their friend Danny.
That was just Danny.
Yeah.
It made me think of Anti-Nowhere League and the band Crisis, if you're familiar with that name. Crisis is if you've heard the name Death in June, Crisis or Death in June, and what was it, Sol Invictus? That was the punk band that those two head people of those bands had in the late 70s. Excuse me, I'm obscure reference. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I got sort of a question, a shout out here to somebody in the comments. I'm not sure exactly when they wrote this in the chat. They said, to Papa Icon, says, perhaps not talk too much. I'm sorry. Many people like to watch performance artists carry on brother. I think it's brother is what he's trying to say. Well, okay, that's great. And if you want to listen to music, you can go to YouTube Music, and you can get song after song after song after song. And I mean, maybe we're on there because we're in music category, but this is like more of a podcast style thing, right? So we're just going to be kind of talking a lot because, like, that's what we do.
Yeah,
and we love
exactly.
listening to music, and that's what we're talking about. I try to like keep us reined in, like somewhat. But I mean, we're friends, and I don't get out much, so we need to have some social tangents too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
neither do I, Matt. Neither do I.
I haven't been out hardly at all.
I mean, like a lot of people think that I started this solely just to grow my YouTube channel, and I mean, I'm super grateful for every subscriber and every like and every view and every minute, and I love it. Whether I get paid or not, it doesn't matter. I'm super grateful. Thank you so much, and that's cool. But, like, honestly, I do this for a social outlet more. You know what I mean? Because what do I love to talk about? Music. It's like my favorite thing to talk about. And I love commenting with you guys back and forth in the chats and everything. That's why I'm saying, just trying to keep things constructive, knowing that we want to have a little bit of controversy every now and then. Because, like, if everybody liked everything all the time, the show would be stupid. And I wouldn't even like it.
Yeah.
Right? And I have to edit the stuff, so I want to like it.
Yeah.
All right, go. Okay, that was a bit far away from the tangent as we're allowed to go. Coming back in. Okay, zeroing in on the punk song that we just listened to. I loved the chorus. I loved the yada yada whatever part. I didn't really understand, the guy's name at first, but then just seeing it's just how the whole video was just him. I didn't understand the high, quiet sounds that I was hearing during the verses. It was sort of grindy. Well, we had the bass and the drums, and then there was like some kind of thing. It was keyboards or electric guitar.
I think it was guitar, maybe. It depends on, and that's why I mentioned seeing them perform. You get the visual of who's doing what, and that makes it. It gives a whole different layer, because that's one thing that got my attention is how they constructed a song. I mean, they're checking all the boxes. They got, they got the punk boxes. It's like kind of remind me of The Message. The old Grandmaster Flash Furious 5 thing. It's like here's news of our neighborhood. And it's like, if you think about, what's been going on in the UK lately, I mean, that, like immigrant, issues and things like that, and how they're saying, hey, everybody, this immigrant is my best friend and he's flesh and bone just like us. Unity. I mean, they're just getting right to it, not playing around. And man, that just, that song just gives me energy. Hearing that version of it, it's like studio, you're like, eh. But, seeing them like at Glastonbury or something like that, you get it on a whole different level. But, we've talked about studio versus live too before. But
so being the timeliness, politicalness of you choosing this and playing this, at least, in America, it's timely. For the longest time, it was largely, hype about all this people at the border and all this other stuff, because it was pretty much net zero. A lot of people were leaving too, right? But now all of a sudden, right? It becomes a real thing, a real thing. And, it's just not a pretty sight, to see these people like treated substandard, and it's saddening, and I may be an immigrant someday, so I mean, I try to pay it forward, like respect, because you never know, you might be in their shoes someday. You know what I mean? How do you know?
Yeah, my family came here years ago, like, differently. But
I don't think you said anything about
immigrants.
this one yet, did you, Jennifer?
No, not yet. I was listening to you guys.
Go for it.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I was surprised we didn't see the band in it, but it was a nice video though, kind of highlighting what's going on and stuff. And yeah, I like the sounds in it. I was trying to watch the lyrics on the bottom too, to kind of get what they were all about and stuff. So, I don't want to say I was distracted by that, but sort of, because I was trying to, put it all together. But I liked it though. It was nice.
Yeah. Eve?
Oh yeah, sorry.
You looked like you were gonna say something. You were all.
No. Oh no, yeah, I got that like blank stare, right? Excuse me. I was gonna say, yeah, no, I that was one of the first punk songs in a while that I actually liked, because I just honestly, I gotta say, like, there's a bunch of modern punk that is just shit, especially in the pop punk genre, and I'm like, oh god, I hate pop punk. That's one genre I can say I hate. But tangent aside from that, but yeah, no, that I like the energy and the authenticity, and it was very anthemic.
Yeah, it was neat. I haven't heard. Funny story. I actually took a history class called The History of Punk. I thought it was pretty cool because it just reminded me of songs like this. And we listened to everything. It was really cool. So, but yeah, I really like this one.
Cool. So, any other comments here about Danny NEDELKO?
I think we covered it.
Yeah.
Right, that was cool. All right.
Yeah, it was.
We got one more probably in this room. Who wants to go next? It's either Jennifer or Eve. I want to save mine for the next room.
Either way.
I'll go.
All right. Introduce us, Eve.
This is so Ivar Bjørnson is from the band Enslaved, who we've reacted to.
Cool.
And he did a collaboration with this Norwegian folk musician. Einar, I think that's how you pronounce it, Einar. God, he has this Norwegian folk unit called Wardruna, which you may have heard of, because they've kind of become big outside of Norway and Europe in general. Maybe less so in the U.S., but everywhere else. Yeah, but he did this like a bunch of collaborations with him. There's actually I was gonna do the because they did like an acoustic version or like a reinterpretation of an Enslaved song that was completely acoustic. This isn't it, but I think this is one that they just created between the two of them. From what I understand, I'm not sure if it's traditional or not, but it just kind of struck an emotional chord with me, and I was vibing with it. I don't know. You'll just have to listen.
All right. Well, I'm glad you said some of those things because I'm gonna have to try to say them here in a minute. Man, I don't know if it's the music or the lights, but I'm getting heated up nice.
By the way, I'm standing. I'm still in kind of pain from this muscle, so I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I hope you feel better soon,
Thanks.
Jen.
I've actually been feeling much better. It's just when I sit down for long periods of time, it really hurts. But normally when I'm standing, I'm okay. So,
dude, I can't sit for super long.
Yeah,
Man, super quick tangent before I press play. The other day, we drove in the car to go to watch my cousin's dance recital. We watched her dance recital, and we've been sitting and then we went to eat and then sitting and went back to his house and had drinks and sitting, and then we drove home and then sitting. It's like I thought about it. I was like, man, other than like walking to and from the car, did I do anything today other than sit?
I know. Normally that doesn't bother me. I think it's just because it's been so slow to heal because I've been playing the woodwind so much that I might try to take a little breather this week, just try to rest it. So.
Well, you're good. If you need to stand up a little bit,
Thank you.
It's okay.
Maybe I just want to say something in case anyone said anything.
Right on. Maybe just adjust your camera so we're not seeing up your nose.
Are you?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That was a joke. Come on.
Got scared there for a minute there.
No, we're not seeing up your nose. That was a joke. Oh,
well, good thing it doesn't hurt to laugh.
You're gonna turn me pink. Come on. All right.
I needed to laugh. Thanks. That was funny.
Let's mash the play button on this. So, without further ado, musicians panel reacts to heilage fjell. Heilage fjell by Ivar Bjørnson and Einar Selvik. Here we go.
Thank you so much.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So I just kind of fade this down a little bit here so we can talk. Yeah, I like the guy's voice. I like the tone. I like the expressiveness. I like...
Thank you.
It was very, like... I don't know. It was sort of dark, but like... it was, like... calming and mellowing. It was... it was sort of like... It was sort of tugging at the heartstrings a little bit, but like in a pleasant way. I don't know exactly what it was about, but I liked it. I liked I liked how they built it up with the keyboards and the drums and the harmony vocals. Mm-hmm. It was very chant-like, very chant-like, and I like that. For me, that's one of the styles that I get into. It makes me like kind of zone out and get into it and want to participate. And even though I wasn't familiar with the language, by the end I had the tune pretty good, and that's good, well written, enjoyable.
Yeah, I loved the. If it's okay if I say something, I loved the guitar opening. That was beautiful. And then like you said, when the vocals came in, it just kind of the dynamics of it was awesome. And I too felt that it was very moving and touching. Like, and I wish maybe later I'll go look up what the lyrics mean. But I thought it was really, really pretty, the whole thing. And just what they did with the dynamics and everything throughout the song and stuff made it really awesome.
Right on. Shout out to Ben. You're chatting. You can of course make a request, but we already did the crowd pick for today, and so requests of course are going to be for a future stream. And just so you know, one request per stream, one request per video comment section. That's it. All right. And Kyle, what'd you think of this?
I really enjoy that. Eve, you were talking about like catching a vibe with stuff like that. Yeah, I was. Even though I was a little distracted with my cat, that was trying to get my attention right as that started. I just really enjoyed everything about it. I'm glad it didn't like change and like go metal or have a whole different change in terms of the composition.
You were expecting it to go nuts.
I didn't really expect it. I'm glad it didn't. And that was really nicely done. I mean, everything about that was just fantastic. I like that a lot. I mean, that's something, it's, to me, it had a cool mix of kind of energy building music. Like I always think about like if there's an apocalypse and I had to like go kill people, like what would be my soundtrack, or something along those lines, Well, and of course, Slayer, Rain and Blood, South of Heaven. I mean, those are like de facto. I mean,
if you had no other choice but to just go out with an Uzi and mow down zombies.
Yeah. Just Slayer. No offense to those guys. I love that band, but this is something that it has that energy aspect, and it has that reflection aspect. I mean, there is a lot of there's a lot of multifacets going on, and to me that was something. Eve's picks a lot of times kind of have that quality to them. And that was one thing I really enjoyed with this one.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's so cool to me. Like, I have not recognized many of Eve's picks. Like, that's cool. That's, that's really cool. That's like half the reason I'm here, It's like, hey, show me something new. Show me something different. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of the show. We share what we love. And just because I love something, that doesn't mean that everybody that watches it is going to love it. And, like, I don't think there's any one style of music that all four of us could 100% agree on that, like, that's, like, our favorite. You know what I mean? Or even in our top three favorites, probably. You know what I mean?
I honestly think that I would say, I'm not saying we're like an elite or anything, but I think that that's the difference between us and the audience. Well, some of the audience at least. I mean, it's like, yeah, you know, I mean, we have opinions. We've played music for a long time, and we realize we're human. And I think like seeing that humanity in other people and is something that we're very aware of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, like sometimes people are able to, you know, have that extra something and get ahead and, you know, like skip the line and you know, really make huge accomplishments at really young ages. And, you know, with the music industry as ageist as it is, I mean, the age group that they're looking for, you know, 16 to 28 or whatever, I've met very few 28-year-olds who actually really had their shit together, let alone 16-year-olds. I mean,
Right,
come
I
on,
know.
you know? And so it's like, you know, a lot of these people that we see on TV, you know, they're groomed their whole life for this, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and you know, a lot of them had a lot of extra advantages that other people didn't have. So, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know all of everybody's backgrounds, and it doesn't even really matter. You know, what matters is we're here and we're talking about art and music, and, you know, and sharing and our feelings and what things mean to us and what they make us feel. You know, and those things are going to be different, right? I intentionally selected people who were different from each other. I didn't want everybody to be like me. That would suck. Can you imagine four me's arguing? Oh my God, everybody would have a headache in 5 minutes. Would not be good. You know what? No. Okay. I won't go on that tangent. But I just love doing the show, and that's really what matters.
It's so much fun. Like, thank you for having us, Matthew.
All right. So
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Any more comments?
I'm not
here
gonna
for
say
Kyle?
thanks.
Or for Eve's pick here?
Kyle.
For Eve's pick. Any more questions, comments on it?
Nah.
I'm good.
All right. So we got to do another roulette, of course. This time we're going to do a quick card. Everybody take a little break, and then when we come back, which, you know, the show's continuing, we got Toehider and finishing up with another Alip collab. So nobody go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're here. We're back. And so I'm going to go ahead and cue up a little card here for you. We're going to watch a little card. Hey, take a card. Pick a card here. Any card you want. That's right. We're going to take the 5-minute pee break card. That's right. We're going to take it. We're going to take a card right now. Any card you like. This is the Medify card. Medify. That's right. The song's called My Worst Nightmare. Here you go.
I haven't expressed how I feel for you. I must confess I need to be bold. I regret my waiting to say I want you to hold. Will I be too late? My fears have got the best of me. I'm panicking and I need a drink. My tears are possessed by insanity. How on earth am I supposed to think? Without you in my life, I'm lonely and scared. has taken you from me. How would I survive? My feelings have got the best of me. I'm panicking and I need a drink. My tears are possessed by insanity. How on earth am I supposed to think? Without you in my life, I'm lonely and scared. Losing you would be my worst nightmare. Without you in my life, I'm lonely and scared. Losing you would be my worst nightmare. Let's have a conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with a conscious revolution. Yeah. We can't fight fire with fire, or we crash and burn. Hate creates violence, and the cycle turns. Knowledge can save mankind. One with the divine. Calm, quiet minds. Our spirits fly. Are we sick of the powers that be controlling you and me? It's time that we see the path before our feet. Let's have a conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with the conscious revolution, the spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution. Now's the time for action. Release distractions. We can't be controlled by fear. We are present here. Let's have a conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with a conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution, conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with a conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with a conscious revolution. Conscious revolution. Conscious revolution. Conscious revolution.
And we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello! Hello, everybody, and we're back. That's right. We're back. That was so much fun, everybody. I really enjoyed this little time to just kind of relax and feel a little bit more ready for some Toehider. All right. So this would be what, your second reaction to Toehider? Maybe some of all of you, or we heard
second.
Toehider, Michael Mills anyway, half of Toehider in Arion.
Yeah.
What was that?
I have no
Who
idea.
was that?
Who was that?
Who made it? Sounded like a digital fart.
Actually, it might have been my phone next to my microphone.
Oh.
I had a million things on my phone.
Whatever it is, let's not do it again. Okay. So anyway, Toehider.
Cool though.
Yeah.
This one, there's not a live performance for it. I would really like to see a live performance of this one. But we're gonna go ahead and do this music video because this, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I want to just kind of go a little tiny bit deeper with this. Like, for my pick, like, I just love so much music. And, like, I'm thinking about who I've got coming on with me and what they like and, you know, what kind of mood I'm in right in this moment today. Like, what am I feeling like? Because, you know, it can really help to improve my day. If I'm feeling down, I put on kind of a sad song and we all talk about it and then I feel better. If I'm feeling kind of happy and, you know, excited about something, I put on something. Well, you know, like, this song is just so cool because it's sort of kind of a little bit like, if you've been feeling a little bit like maybe conflicted or whatever, right? And I don't know, it sort of resonated with me, so I was like, well, I'll share this with you. But at the same time, it, at least for me, it just leaves me so uplifted. This conversation is over. You'll see what he's talking about. You could almost say that to me it's like spiritual, but I don't want you to kind of go too far with that. I mean, it's not like some kind of new agey weird, you know, thing that you might conjure in your imagination. It's more like the message behind it, I would say, to me, is spiritual. So, anything anybody want to say about Toehider before we mash the play button?
I'm excited. I'm ready.
All right. And so, without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Toehider. This conversation is over. Official video. Here we go.
There's a hole in your heart, stop digging. Got a scab on your soul, quit picking. It's as easy as that. If you're feeling off track, just get back on track again. Look, you're a quite decent human being. There's just so much that you are not seeing. Well, it's not hard to get, but you get so upset that your walls go up again. And this conversation is over. This conversation is done. This conversation is they're just emotions, they are not dictum. So enough with playing the goddamn victim. And despite your own view, hate to break it to you, but your feelings aren't correct. At one point you were an okay person. Why did you let your condition worsen and blame it on those that put that in your mouth? For your action lowest of your love. This conversation is over. This conversation is
Wow.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I needed.
I know, that was cool.
All right, so Kyle, what'd you think?
I was inspired to look through the comments a little bit. I liked a lot of the message of the song. It was very conversational, and looking through the comments, something that got my attention, and then I was trying to see how much of the song was left, and then it was over. So I was reading about
The comments on Toehider's video.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so talking about like how the end of the song seems to change the context of the story of who is speaking to whom. And I liked that aspect of it. I started to get distracted by the mix. The part where it was heavy, it seemed the guitar was very, very mid-rangey and very abrasive, at least in my headphones. And I get the aesthetic of doing that. But then when he had the vocals after that, they seem to get really lost in the mix. And
that was kind of, I don't want to argue, but that was sort of the intention. Like,
well, yeah,
that's
but
like
it made me lose some of the meaning of the story, because then I started to go,
it didn't matter what it was saying. That was symbolic of like his deepest, darkest thoughts that you don't even want to listen to anyway.
I get the artistic intent, but I'm saying that made me kind of forget the context, and that's what, like, as I was reading the comment, because I was curious, it's like, what, I was just curious to see some thoughts, and I was realizing, like, I kind of forgot what part of the beginning was, because that part got me so distracted. And I get that that's the artistic intent, but as a songwriter, do you want your song's artistic intent to forget the song itself? It's kind of, how meta do you want to get? It was a cool song, wonderfully done. I thought the mix, some of those choices on the mix was a little interesting to me,
quirky.
Yeah, but I get it. If you're in charge of your own music, you can make those artistic decisions and stuff. But you gotta be okay with someone going, I didn't get that same artistic impression that you were trying to deliver.
Yeah, on that one
which
part,
is
it was
cool.
almost like there's a hand over his mouth. It was kind of, and I think they put a dampening effect, some sort of a low pass filter or whatever to kind of do that.
When you're setting up a story and then you dampen part of the story. Imagine. Well, I guess it's like the last season of Game of Thrones. Like, hey, here's like one of the big culminating parts of the whole thing. Let's make the screen as dark as possible so no one can see anything. It's like, it's like right now, if all of us turned off our cameras and turned our volume really low and we're talking about the song, people might go, we get what they're doing artistically, because that kind of matches a little bit about what the song is saying, but that might not be the best delivery vehicle,
All right.
I get it, it's cool.
To me, I agree with it because of the symbolism of it, but I can understand how you could not agree with that, and that's totally cool. What'd you think, Eve?
I liked I thought that the genre mixing in that song was pretty fluid. That's something I noticed about it. Kind of started off sort of like, I want to say, like, it had some sort of 80s pop flavor to it in the beginning.
Oh, Queensryche.
Maybe that was just my first impression. And then Queensryche?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think? Queensryche?
Yeah, I was getting strong Queensryche vibes at first.
Maybe. We should do some Queensryche on here.
Yeah, like,
That'd be cool.
like maybe Rage for Order, if anybody knows what that album. That's before Operation Mindcrime. I can see that, yeah.
Right on. I feel like that song should be a hit, dude. I really do.
Mindcrime is great, but this back on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was gonna say, I wasn't expecting it to change at, I think, at the 2 minute and 15-second mark, and the whole where it went. Well, I know it's prog, but what was the song was building up to, I didn't expect that proggy change to come.
Oh yeah, I know.
And it fit. I thought bit fit together. But yeah, as far as the mix is concerned, I mean, I noticed it a little bit, but it was negligible, in the context of the whole song, at least for me. But I'm listening to it on speakers, of course.
Well, we're talking about a two-man operation here, right?
Yeah.
We have one person that does all the music, and that includes the engineering. And then we have another person that does all the video
Yeah.
and art, and that includes all the engineering. So, we have an audio engineer and a visual engineer that teamed up to make this. And so we got to talk about the video, too. Come on.
God.
That's a
I was
cool
gonna-
video.
I know. I was gonna bring that up. I loved the video going along with the music and stuff, and like whoever did the editing for that. Wow. That
My
was
favorite
just,
part
like,
is when he puts text on the screen, singer showing off.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was cool.
And like
I love
somebody, Kyle made me want to look at the comments now, and somebody said, we need to tell our inner demons to shut the hell up. I agree, man. like that's kind of what he's saying. Like shut up. Like all this stress, anxiety, whatever, like go away.
Oh, it's like, did you ever have a mind monologue, we'll say? It's your inner monologue, and it kind of just goes downhill. And then all of a sudden, you notice yourself start to criticize yourself. Oh, I shouldn't think badly like this, or insert whatever it works for you, however it would happen in your inner monologue. But like, that's still the ego. That's like the super ego. So like, the ego is like looked down on by the super ego, because the super ego can notice the ego and comment on the ego, but it's still not your highest consciousness. It's still judging. It's still separating. It's still trying to compartmentalize the world. But it's like trying to take the higher road, It's like, oh no, I'm the better voice in your head. I'm the angel because I'm criticizing your lower voice, right? But really, what you really want to listen for is underneath the silence, right? So that's the beautiful of it. The idea of meditation, right? This conversation is over. Shut up, all y'all. I want to relax.
Actually, what's kind of cool, and I'm doing not taekwondo anymore, but I'm doing kempo, and we are actually trying to learn to not think of anything, which that is actually really hard if you ever try it, to not think of anything. And because then you have those anxieties that you were just talking about, like yesterday, I kind of got anxious because I felt like I got to do this for today, for YouTube. I got to do this. And then meanwhile, my stomach's hurting and I'm like, but if I don't get this up here, it was kind of one of those things. And I was freaking out because which I was getting more subscribers, which is amazing. I love you guys. Thank you. But I was just like, oh, I got to do this. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a day to rest. I have to rest.
Yeah.
I have to rest. Otherwise this is never going to heal. But that's that inner demon thing, going back and forth. So it's like the song was really cool about getting that point across.
Real quick detour. We got a shout out to Ben. I just want to let you know, Ben, you're right. I agree with your last comment. You say the important thing is people, and people's comments should be addressed. I agree with that. In fact, once we do one more reaction and we finish, then we're going to do chat time. And chat time is when I go back to the beginning of the live chat and I go through every single chat and I make sure that everyone is answered. I talk about it. I go on tangents. I do funny voices. I sing songs. I do all kinds of silly stuff to entertain and, bring the stream to a satisfying close. So if you stick around, every single thing that you typed in the chat, right, I will eventually get around to checking it out and I will respond to everything that is respondable. Okay? So, that being said, I really think that, we have a really cool thing going here with this show. And maybe it's not perfect. And every once in a while, people like to point out the flaws in it. And a lot of times, I can write off those flaws because I was like, okay, but, if you were actually doing it with us, you would realize that because of this technological thing, this has to be done this certain way because of that. for example, if you guys tried to watch the video as I was streaming it, you'd be like 20 seconds to a minute behind everybody else. Mm-hmm. So how are you going to react to that? You have to be watching it on your own computer.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And so for that, our videos aren't perfectly synced. They couldn't possibly be. It's impossible that we all hit the play button at the exact same moment. So sometimes you maybe see somebody react to something a little later or before when it happens on the screen. And that's because of the logistics of how we're doing it. Does that make sense? And so, it's like, it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. But I think we're doing an incredible job having a good time and sharing.
Yeah.
Eve.
The other thing I would like to point out is, this stream is not specifically to take requests from people. And, these comments are getting addressed by us on screen or even on, the chat. It's also like, there's you set aside a time for that. And as a viewer, they should know that. And I used to say it every video, and now I'm saying it less and less because I'm getting annoyed of editing it out of the clips. I'll do the chat at the end. I'm getting sick of editing that out, so that's why I say it less often. But anybody that needed to know, your chats will all be answered at the end. So before we have our incredible finale of the day, some second Alip collab, are there any more comments about Toehider or this conversation is over music video? That's it.
I'm good.
We got them all.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I want to do more Toehider, just for myself. So you guys can be expecting, and gals can be expecting more from the toe because I'm sick of hiding them. Okay? I'm sick of hiding the toe. It's everybody, we need to share the Toehider. Okay? Seriously. The video had, 45,000 views? Or I don't know, 55,000? I don't know. It's ridiculously small. That video deserves millions of views. Can we at least agree on that? We've seen some trash that got millions of views. That video deserves millions of views.
It'd probably be trash in our opinion, but then there'd be these people over here like, oh yeah, that is godly, or
okay, maybe I need to start copying this. The other day,
made me snort.
I saw a 15-second video. I don't know. It was seriously. It was a cat, and it was like, I don't remember what the clickbait title was, but my wife clicked on it, and it was like 15 seconds long, and it's just this video of a cat, and when it opens its mouth and meows, they put like a bunch of reverb on it, and it sounded funny, and it had like 15 million views or something, and it's like, I have cats. I should just do that. Just distort cat meows and make that. That'd be a lot easier than doing all this other stuff and dealing with copyright. I could just time stretch cat meows and put them up a couple octaves or down a couple octaves. And put some reverb on it. Wow, that was the craziest sounding cat meow I ever heard. Wow, click.
Yep, that was the cat's meow. Oh, I killed it.
So, speaking of, everybody make sure you press like, share, subscribe. I haven't said that once this stream, so I need to say it now. Without further ado, let's do Jennifer's pick, the final one of the day. Jennifer, introduce us.
Yeah, well, I've never heard this one. It's Alip and Pagebluk, Andrea. I'm gonna butcher that, so I'll let you say it, Matthew. You'll probably get it better than me. Anyways, this was a pick from somebody who subscribed to me actually, and they suggested this song, and I didn't know what to pick, and I thought it was a great choice because it's Alip, so I love Alip, so so I was like, yeah, sure. I told her, I said, hey, I'll pick it for Matthew's show tomorrow then. So so that was pretty cool. So thank you for the pick there. But anyways,
you know what else is neat too? Sorry, I don't want to sidetrack you too far.
You're fine.
But it's cool because I have the crowd pick from my channel, right? But then sometimes you take the crowd interaction from your channel and take it into consideration, and so does Eve, and so does Kyle. And then sometimes for my pick I'll do that too. So I mean if you're in the crowd and you're sitting back and you're saying, gee, I'm upset because you're not going to instantly play the video that I want you to play today, well, think about all the other people that are watching right now, or watching in the future, and all the people that made requests in the past and have been waiting. Like I said, that last one I did, Forever in One, people have been asking for that for literally over a year. It has to hit a certain threshold for it to even get on my radar now. You see what I'm saying? And that's literally just because of how many videos and how many viewers and how many comments and how many chats and how many requests there are. It's insane, and I love it. So keep them coming and be patient. All right, Jennifer, go on.
Yeah, anyway, no, I'm just excited about this one because I always get excited about Alip. So
see, so and you guys are having influence through Jennifer's channel too, right?
Yeah, and also this one's Italian, and my family's Italian, so I'm curious to see what it's like. So,
buongiorno. I would love some spaghetti. Would you cook some for me, mamma mia?
Molto buono.
Woo!
I do speak a little, but
going out on those racial stereotypes.
Oh, come on.
Cultural stereotypes.
I mean,
Call me Tony Danza, okay? I'm not a maid. I'm a fucking housekeeper.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Okay. So I mean, we're just goofing around and having fun here.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
No, of course.
It's great.
And I mean, come on. How many of our favorite comedians don't say something that's a little wrong every now and then? Come on.
Just a few, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, if we were more popular, we'd be getting fucking canceled left and right.
I mean, hey, Matthew, I'm Italian, and I thought you were funny, so.
Need some mozzarella.
There you go.
So this is like the iCard for Italians.
The what?
The iCard.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry,
We talk with our hands. We talk with our hands. Actually, it's funny.
We talk with our hands.
Yeah, because in Kempo Karate, we're learning to do that actually. So that's kind of like a technique too. So there you go.
Kopi mana kopi, kopi mana kopi, kopi mana kopi. Alipata time. I've been saving my last drink of coffee, everybody, for Alip. We had an Alip sandwich. It was a big sandwich with a lot of filling in between, and so. Have a drink of coffee, everybody. It's a nice morning time in Indonesia, so if you're just joining now, waking up, have some coffee. I love my cold brew. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/MatthewsMusic. I need a coffee for tomorrow. And so, without further ado... Coffee. I am the coffee monster. Coffee. Alright, so without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Alip Bata's original song, Pagebluk, featuring Andrea Pistilli. Here we go!
Wow, that was definitely so Italian.
Yeah, that
That's
was
a one
awesome.
spicy meatball.
Yeah. Molto buono, molto. I think I'm saying the word wrong. Because Bono has to do with food. I forget what the other one is. Bella. That's what it is. Bella.
I thought Bono or Buono was good and Molto was
Yeah.
very.
Yeah, very good. But Bono has to do with food, and then Bella has to do with like other things.
You got me a little bit.
Anyway, yeah.
I gotta dry my eyes a little bit.
I know, it's
We got the
pretty-
crying reactor. We're gonna get a million views. It is. It's gonna
it
go.
got me a little
This
bit.
is-
No, it's
this
really,
is
really
it, Matthew.
beautiful.
We've got it made now. You
Yeah.
cry, you make it.
I gotta
There you go.
put
There
that.
you
Gotta
go.
put that in the thumbnail for sure.
Oh yeah, we put on every one for the rest of your career on here, man.
Oh yeah.
That's what you do, bruh.
No, it was really, really gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay. I love how it was like full of surprises. It sort of like opened up, and like when the baritone guitar with the bow came in, that was kind of my first like aha moment. That was kind of nice. And then when he came in with that wooden melodica, and it just like had that haunting Italian, had one too many glasses of wine kind of tone, you know? And like it just was again tugging at the heartstrings, this one more so, tugging at the heartstrings. And like there was one point in the collaboration where I felt like all of everything that Andrea added sort of overwhelmed Alip a little bit too much. But that was like, a few bars at the climax. Maybe it could have been mixed slightly differently. I'm an audio and engineer as well as a music teacher and a songwriter and all this stuff. So I don't expect to, you don't expect to agree with every decision, just like we didn't agree with Toehider, Michael Mills' every single decision in mixing his own song. And I will tell you, producing your own vocals, mixing your own music that you made, that's a lot harder. It's a lot harder than like hiring out a pro to do it for you and just basically saying what you think every now and then, but otherwise letting them do the heavy lifting. You know what I mean? So, I'm sure Andrea was doing all the heavy lifting in that, and so it was really, really good. And one other thing I wanted to say about it was just that I loved how it had the rise and fall, and he kept that. Alip had that natural rise and fall, and he kept that natural rise and fall. That was nice.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome, and when they added that keyboard, what was that keyboard
Melodica.
type instrument? Melodica. That was so cool. I was thinking at the beginning how cool, like if I could collab on flute with that, like that might be fun. But then he added the keyboard, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't want to do too much. I don't know, because like they already have all the instrumentation going, and so I thought it was beautiful and definitely had that Italian feel, and like it made me feel like when I was watching it, I felt like I was like in Tuscany or something, just listening to it. And
If you're gonna collab with it, just collab with the original Alip.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm pretty sure that's his original song.
Okay.
So he doesn't care if he collaborates with it.
Yeah, that's true. I could. Yeah, because I feel like if I tried with that one, it would be like too many. But I loved all the instrumentation he used, and like I said, when I was listening to both of them, it just made me feel like I was in the mountains in Tuscany or something, which I have been once before visiting my family, so it just made me think of that. Like, it was really beautiful.
Yeah. Eve, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I really liked how he layered it, and it added like a lot of depth and dimension to the original composition. It was more. I could hear it being more it's more orchestrated, of course, and I wasn't expecting to see him bowing an acoustic guitar. I might have to try that myself.
Yeah.
That was cool. I
That's
thought it
kinda
sounded
cool.
neat.
I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, no, like all the harmonies that he introduced the original composition. I feel like added to it, and yeah, I think I do agree with you that the mix could have been a little better on Alip. He got a little overwhelmed.
Just in the biggest part to me. Otherwise, I thought it was really well done. The mix, you know. What do you think, Kyle?
I really liked it. I thought it really, and I hesitate to use the word improved, but it really elevated the original. I liked how he emphasized the melody, like a leap tends to do, and added harmony. I like starting off with a flamenco guitar and then adding, steel string for different texture. I didn't like the bowing part of it. It seemed, and I could imagine when you have, like 4 guitars essentially going, even though one, I assume he tuned down for the bowing part. That's a nightmare to mix and get all that stuff to really be separated. And to me, like, all I could hear was the bow noise, that kind of grindy, almost hurdy-gurdy kind of aspect, which I didn't think was terribly complimentary, but I did like the bass part. I wish he just would have plucked it instead. Melodica was cool. It had a lot of great visual elements and again, just really emphasized the melody and just elevated a lot of aspects. And I think it'd be hard to play along with Alip's videos. But this guy seemed to do it really well and in a thoughtful way,
He did, yeah.
We got 2 minutes left. Do you guys have more comments you want to say about this as we continue on? Or should we wrap her up?
Wrap it up because I got to head out.
Yeah, I have to head out.
Yeah.
It's all good. Well,
I'm
you know
gonna do
what?
some grocery shopping.
Yeah. That's my Monday.
Well, I'll just give you guys all a shout out here whenever I'm doing the chat time then, and we'll just do that. So it's all good. I want to just take a second really fast while I got you and just thank you, Jennifer, for being here. Thank you, Eve, for being here. Thank you, Kyle, for being here. This show is special because of you guys. It's all of our personalities that makes this show and not just mine. And so I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Everybody, all these videos are going to be on all these channels. So it's not a re-upload. It's community sharing, okay? And you're like, he's a bloody communist. And I say, well, he ain't been doing nothing if he ain't been called a red. Hey!
Nice.
Right? He ain't been doing nothing if he ain't been called a red. You know that old song? Huh?
I don't know that song.
You don't know that? Yeah, well, then you need to look it up. It's it's on Ron Placone's page. Check it out.
Cool. Well, thank you for having us. Did she freeze?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Say it quick.
Sounds good. Hello.
Hi.
All right. We'll see you guys all next time. We'll see you next Monday. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Matthew.
And I'm still here. I'm going to do the chat time. I was waiting for Eve to say something. It was kind of awkward. I don't know. I feel like the delay on her part was a little bit extra this time. Maybe she's having a slower internet connection than she would like. I don't know. It happens. So, anyway, I don't agree with Eve being critical of the audience. I mean, the audience is kind of like the customer in the restaurant, right? I mean, ultimately, the customer is always right. Like, if the customer says, it's too salty, then it's too salty, regardless of what the recipe that the chef was cooking from says. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm trying my best to tailor the show to you guys. That's what the crowd picks for. And, like, Jennifer and Kyle and Eve all are taking your comments into consideration. And not everybody's going to like every song that we're going to react to. I don't like every song that we reacted to. Now, I probably like a pretty high percentage of them, but, there's some that I just don't like, and I just flat out say I don't like it, right? And so I'm honest about that, right? So we're going to do our best to keep entertaining y'all. You guys keep mashing the like button. Please share the stream out. Hit that subscribe button for me. Subscribe to Jennifer's music page. Subscribe to Evelyn Holland, and subscribe to Kyle Walz. Make sure you go and check out my Patreon. That's right, because patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio is where you get exclusive weekly bonus content. Bonus content. That's right, patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. For just $1 a week, you can sign up And $1 a month, I'm sorry, Patreon, $1 a month. You can sign up and get that bonus video every week. That's 25 cents a video. Come on, it's cheap. You can do the non-profit, liberapay.com/MatthewsMusic. Support the studio directly. Help me meet my weekly funding goal. I can't even speak anymore. You can buy me at coffee.com if you're a leaper and you love the coffee, Kopi Mana Kopi. You can buy me a cold brew coffee to drink tomorrow morning. I will take it and buy coffee with it. Buy me at coffee.com/MatthewsMusic. Or you can send me a tip on Venmo at Matthews Music. Also, make sure you check out my website, Matthews Music Lesson Studio, where you can get music lessons from me. We have a great time online. You can record it and keep that lesson forever. So, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. And everybody remember the sound. We're that live reaction and review show where we pause for nobody. You know, I love the reaction videos, where people pause and talk a little bit. But I feel like some reactors, sometimes they just take that like a little bit too nuts. So I try to be different. And so because of that, we pause for nobody. That's right, and we'll see you all next time on The Sound Live. And so, it's time for chat time, it's time for chat time, it's time for chat time now. It's time for chat time now, it's time for chat time now, wow, wow. It's time for chat time, it's time for chat time, it's time for chat time now. It's time for chat time now. It's time for chat time now. Wow, 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 wow. Starting off with Miftah Abdulaziz. Shout out in Jakarta. 3:06 a.m. Burning that midnight oil. Miftah Abdulaziz still waiting. Yes, yeah. We're across the world, brother, man. It's time is time, right? We're across the world from each other. Oh, I can't take off my headphones because I got my microphone right there. My head's getting a little warm. Let me take off the hat. That was for Toehider. Better! Now I've got a cooler head. Alright, like literally. Okay, so Jennifer's music... Oh, wait. Then we have Jennifer's music page says, hi! And Miftah Abdulaziz shout out says, yes! Amazing! And then, amazing collab. Excuse me, that was the three-way collab. Pardon me. A three-way collab with Alip and Denden and Ian. And Jennifer's music page. I loved it. Omar M. Hi, everyone. Shout out to Omar M. Shout out. Thumbs up. All right. Jennifer's music page says, hello, Papa Icon in Indonesia, 4 o'clock in the morning, 28th of September. Wow. Happy fall, everybody. Jennifer's music page. Wow. Hi. Thanks for being here with us. And Evelyn Holland says, hello, everyone. Papa Icon. Perhaps not talk too much, I'm sorry. Many people like to watch performance artists. Carry on, brother. I talk a lot. I talk a lot. And you're here to hear me talk, right? I mean, why else would you be here? Rodrigo Arare is crying laughing. It keeps getting later. Iqbal Sumala. Iqbal Sumala. 4 a.m. in West Time. In Middle Time, 5 a.m. And in East Time, 6 a.m. LOL. Ben says, hi from Turkey. I think that says Turkey. Can we request a song or is the song list certain? You're requesting song for future stream. Ben says, please, Sebnem Farah Delgek, live, friends. Yes, I remember you, and I remember that request, and I remember reading it over and over again, and you got a point for that. So now you got 2 points, okay? Keep watching, keep requesting, and you'll eventually get there. Okay, Ben, you must listen to this Turkish rock performance, friends. I'm sure you will like it. Okay, yes, a combined show of rock and instruments. Then we have, I can't read that because it's in a cool Cyrillic alphabet. Hi, do you have a list or are you at the request of users? The list is in the description. That's what I put. I put what we're going to react to. Musicians panel reacts to blah, 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 blah. In the title, I just put the artist, but then in the description, I put everything. The artist, the title, whether it's a music video, live performance, where it is, like the video title, like the whole thing. And then I put reaction and whose pick it was. So you know, oh, Eve picked this, Kyle picked that, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Evelyn Holland. We pick, and we have one crowd pick usually. We always have one crowd pick. I always have a crowd pick. Evelyn Holland, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Eve, at Andinos Rey, Banhar Hadir. And then that person again in the cool Cyrillic alphabet. Can I suggest you? I said you can make one suggestion. Evelyn Holland says we already did the crowd pick at the beginning. Okay. And then Ben, I think your publishing strategy is wrong. Maybe I would agree if you proceeded with the philosophy that art is for art, but there is no such thing. What? The important thing is people, and people's comments should be addressed. That's what we're doing right now. Yes, I agree. You're watching me do this. I could not agree more. Evelyn Holland, people have opinions, and I realize art is subjective, but it's that whole idea that, hey, I'm from Russia. I want to listen to Russian music. Okay, that's great. Cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you want to listen to Russian music, and that's cool. We've done some reactions to a little bit of Russian music, and that's awesome. That's awesome. You get one request per chat and one request per comment section. Ben, my English is not very good, my friend. I just stated my opinion. Of course, I am not saying that every comment should have a sanction. I gave my opinion. The decision is yours. Thank you. I appreciate the suggestions there, mate. Very good. Very good indeed. And so, I'm going to talk like this for a little bit out the side of my mouth because I feel like it. Ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Jennifer's music page. He does, though, the end. And then we have the cool and then Cyrillic stuff. Shout out. Jennifer's music page at the end. LOL typo. No, this is Russian. Jennifer's music page. No, I mean I had a typo when I typed. And then he says whatever from the cool Cyrillic alphabet. Guys, I will offer you that this tomorrow that you will have thousands of views. Just tell me the genre. Okay. Music. Numpang, tenor reaxi, thumbs up. Thank you. Evelyn Holland, classical folk. And then he says, Evelyn Holland, rap, rock, tears. You don't have a donate button. I would do for you. Yeah, there's a donate button. It's just super chat. Send a 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 super chat right now. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. You can support me all different ways. Patreon.com, LiberaPay.com, buymeacoffee.com, Venmo.com, or just through YouTube right now, or through Streamlabs right now. There's all kinds of ways you can support me. Yes. Moving on. Evelyn sends her Patreon link. Come support me on Patreon then. And then they say, okay, will you play my song? Miyagi and Andy Panda featuring Tumanyo, Brooklyn. BB. Tomorrow you have 1,000 views if you make a reaction to Cool Things in Cyrillic Alphabet, Russian Rock. I knew it! No wonder you have a Led Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin, and this is Rush. I love Rush. That's right. And back in the corner there with the fro, I don't know if you can see, with the afro, right? We got some Bob Ross paintings. See, I love art of all kinds. I'm a saxophone player, a guitar player, a singer-songwriter. I love you guys. I love music. I love performing. And, you know, I have a lot of different shows you can watch here on Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. You can watch me do covers. You can watch me sing original songs. I got a podcast, Flowering Creativity Podcast. Also, I've got Mastering Music with Matthew. If you want to learn about music, music lessons, check me out. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all next time on The Sound Live, the show where we pause for nobody. We never pause. We pause.